Glenn Robbins, and welcome to the show.
The Tommy DeVito story is fun, and it's so Jersey. But I'm just waiting for like the other shoe to drop because we've seen that happen so many times. Are you enraptured in the Tommy DeVito story?
Look, I'm enraptured by the story. I mean, really, this is sort of like the New Jersey version of Luie, right?
Yes,
you know, the kid wasn't even like a great college quarterback, but you know, right place, right time. I mean, everything that can go wrong did go wrong for the Giants, and he's seizing the moment. And you know, the more I hear about the kid is they really like him in that locker room. But what clinched it for me was, did you see the attire that his agent was wearing the other day?
How great was that outfit?
Yes.
Looked like he went to the Sopranos set and took something off Stevie Van Zandt, didn't it?
Yes.
Right. Now, there is no way that guy has to go through a metal detector. No way.
The time. Wake up with Defo, joined by Lubie. Welcome to the Defo Show.
Very pleasant. Good morning, everybody. Great to be with you here. The Defo Show. Jeff DeForest, one Mike Lubie Lubitz, a getaway day for us, Mike Lubie Lubitz, of sorts. We'll have one more show after today. We'll be out at Gulfstream Park tomorrow for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, the usual thing. Who could resist an opportunity to go out to a racetrack, eat a free lunch, and have a good time? That one we couldn't scratch and wouldn't want to, but this will be it for a couple of days. We will have the trivia challenge later on today, Dave Gurgle's Gurgly. And our usual assortment of programs, we had added in a couple of new things. We have the no filter thing working. It seems to be working out pretty well, Lubie. Decent number of views every day on the Caffeine TV. I don't know whether or not to believe the numerology. We average somewhere between 1,500 and 271,000 views. Somewhere in there every day, according to their numbers. But I'm assuming that there's some level of accuracy to it. I guess you always have to. It's kind of like ratings were back in the day, and everybody was obsessed with radio ratings. And it would be impossible to conjure up any level of accuracy when, from one 3-month period to the next, it was possible to either double or half your audience. You would have like a 3.5 one booked and a 6.7 the next. Then it would drop off to 3.8, and next thing you know, you're getting all kinds of concerned comments from the management people. Well, you're really going to have to step it up. I mean, you want to talk about gambling all the time? You see where that's getting you, Defo.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you would rebound in the next ratings period and double that number, and all of a sudden you're cashing your ratings bonuses. But it did seem like there was some, serious inaccuracies and inequities in a way that was being calculated. I don't know. I mean, what do you make of this when you see a thing get like 50,000 clicks one day and it gets 4,000 the next? What do you think, Lubie?
I mean, they're real. Ratings were low because the only thing not real is like the Facebooks, because of the algorithms. You actually would get a lot more people, but they suppress how far it goes out. But the people that watch are real numbers. Like the numbers we get from Mayo are legit numbers.
All right.
The numbers we're getting for No Filter are real. The numbers we get on 5 Reasons are real. That's what I like about this day and age. Is back in the day we hated numbers, and it made sense. You had no control over them. It was just random people would have these meters. Even when they that's what's funny is they switched the people meter to make it better, and it was worse. Like,
oh, that was hard.
It wasn't the world. It was random people would have it, and depending on their listening habits, and it was always the same 3 stations that most people you knew never listened to. Always were number one, like the Spanish station, because there was a ton of Latin people, an African-American station,
music station,
and then some rock station. And it was like, I don't know anyone that listens to any of those stations. Like, okay, like, so that was bullshit. This is real. Like, that's why I like numbers now, because, okay, that's a number, good or bad. I can work with that, and I can monitor it, and I can track. Like, that's why I like where we are in this world, because it's in our hands. Back in the day, it would be some fucking salesperson.
Well, it was called Arbitron. I mean, it was arbitrary.
Arbitrary.
It's therefore, yes.
Well, you have a 4 this time, and when you had a 12, like, why would I go from a 12 to a 4? I've done nothing different, and this is it's better now. I'm like, okay, your numbers are stupid. Like, our numbers on Caffeine TV are really good, and they're consistent, and it leads me to believe what you always believed. If we're anywhere near an audience, they'll find us, and it makes me happy, and I enjoy what we're seeing there and what we see 5 Reasons and Mayo, and slowly but surely, and it's cool to see.
It was always a little awkward when you had to go to the rationale while sitting with some marketing director somewhere who would bring up the idea that, well, you know what, these numbers are a little bit light. And they would say, I know a lot of people are listening. Listen, I know. You don't see the feedback that we get on the streets. Everybody says, hey, Defo, how you doing? The time? Well, how's that Lubie doing? What does he look like?
Always. Yeah.
What does a polyman look like? Yeah, and you would think, it was sometimes startling how infinitely low that number would be, especially in the latter years of doing AM radio, where you had a radio station that had no other programs on it, which wasn't necessarily beneficial to us anyway. But a nice way to wind up the year. So this kind of a getaway day for us. We do have. I was asked by several people if I'm going to the Boca Bowl tonight.
See, I would have. I do trivia, so I can't.
Yeah, we probably could have comped some tickets because I believe our good friend from the media from many years ago, who hasn't been involved in a local media for a while, but I believe the SID, Sports Information Director at FAU, is Frank Fort.
Oh,
formerly,
really?
I think he has that job. I'm not sure. I know he's involved there somehow. Frank Fort from Channel 10 fame was an excellent sportscaster. Really got shafted when they made some kind of personnel cuts because this guy was a real professional. In fact, I'll tell you a Frank Fort story that I didn't realize how deep this man's talents ran. Because he was always very efficient and he had a reputation. He could put together a piece like on the fly and was what you would like to be considered in this business, a real pro. That's always I've said that to you many times, Luie. Somebody said that about me in some boxing endeavor I was involved in, and I thought, wow, that's the highest compliment you can pay a guy that's in this business. Just be in any sport, sports activity, right? What do you want on your basketball team? You want a real pro. You want a Duncan Robinson, a guy that can just eat it for a year and be the subject of not only every trade possibility where you're thinking, oh, geez, they can unload Duncan Robinson as part of this deal. But also, I mean, just excessive derisive comments from fans saying, what the fuck? They paid this guy. That can't be easy. I mean, it's got to be weird when you're the punchline in every joke about a situation, right? When they talk, look, Rich Kotite, every time the subject of futility in coaching is brought up, whose name comes up? Well, at least he's not Rich Kotite. You're like, all right. I mean, Kotite had his share of success, but it can't be easy to be that guy. But if you're a real pro, you just stick it out, right, Lubie? You stick to your guns. You go ahead. You believe in yourself. And look, this guy's rallied and had quite an amazing season so far. Duncan Robinson been an instrumental part in what success the Heat have had, 16-12 now, after thrashing the Orlando Magic last night.
So the Magic already take their turn to suck because at some point they probably will. Did that happen already?
We've been amazed. I wanted to get into this because I thought, oh, good, I get a chance to see the Magic tonight. I have to see what the hell happened here. How did this chemistry escalate in terms of it's being symmetric with the way they play, where they essentially, I don't know, did they make any big changes in the offseason? Not that I could see. Didn't they have this composer, Franz Wagner, on the roster last year?
Wagner.
Yes. Does he come out to that? Is that his walk on the court music?
That's a Wagner, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it does. It sounds like a German composer. But
Cole Anthony, I think, is woken up. I think that's what it is. Cole Anthony was a guy they drafted years ago.
Yes.
That's been nothing. He was a guy.
Son of Greg Anthony.
Yes, he has been nothing. And if you look at him this year, he's averaging 15, 4, and 4.
Yes, coming off the bench.
So that's
he had 20 last night in the game. He was the one of the few good elements that happened there for the Orlando Magic. Banchero was 2 for 12 last night. 2 for 12 from the floor. He was awful.
Yeah. Well, Butler didn't play for the Heat. It's not like the Heat's numbers are overwhelming. Aside of Heroes now, 2 games in a row played really well. But everyone contributed. Richardson, Highsmith, Robinson, Thomas Bryant contributed.
Well, they were on an unbelievable roll in the second quarter when they essentially opened up a big enough lead to easily win the game. Outscored again, I don't know if it's of any concern because they had such a big lead, but outscored again by 8 in the fourth quarter, which has been an unfortunate characteristic of Heat basketball. All that being said, I thought, okay, let me tune in and I'll watch the Magic here and see what they have.
Yeah.
Banchero, early in the game, made one of his 2 shots. I happened to be watching then. I didn't stay with it the whole way because the Heat blitzed him in the second quarter with a 17-0 run that included some of the hottest shooting that I've seen all the way around. As you mentioned, it was well distributed. These shots and the contributions being made by baskets from all over the place. They were hitting from the Coke machine, Luie. Everything they put up there. Tyler Hero was brilliant. And I saw nothing to make me think that the Magic were a good team. Did you watch any of this ball game? Because there was little evidence on the table there that would suggest that this team was 16-9 going into that game and drafting in second in the Eastern Conference. Never mind Philadelphia with Embiid scoring 40 a night. 50 a night now of late. Never mind the Boston Celtics, who, even though they blew one in overtime to the Golden State Warriors the other night, bounced right back and put up 144 without Jason Tatum in the lineup against your team, your sleeper team to win it all, the Sacramento Kings.
Yes. I don't think they get out of the first round.
Is it an automatic capitulation to being some kind of basketball insider wise guy that you have to go, well, you know what, the Kings, you can't leave them out? I don't know. I'll leave them out.
I leave them out.
I've left them out since Vlade Divac's retired. What are you talking about?
I left them out. I think it's just the second year, so they'll be better, but I don't.
They should be better after that disgrace of a series that they had against the Golden State Warriors when they had every chance to distinguish themselves as being a team on the come, and couldn't get by Golden State. And this was not the same Golden State that was universally feared and admired by everybody from a couple of years ago. This was a very suspect Golden State team, as we've seen this year.
They're dreadful. They're not even in the. I don't even think they're in the top 10. They're playing freaking thing. Yeah, 11. They're 13-14. This is not a good Golden State team, at least right now.
Question marks all over the place, with the exception of Steph Curry, I guess. And I mean, you would assume that Steve Kerr is a capable coach, that they have a level of assurance, self-assurance that, okay, we know we're capable of doing something good, but it hasn't been happening. That's for sure. And the Lakers, this in-season tournament, my God, you talk about the curse of Rachel Nichols being a doom and just an absolute disaster for any basketball team to be cast under or experience. But wow, this in-season tournament, I don't think anybody will ever want to play in this thing again. A disaster for the Lakers since the in-season tournament was captured by them. They hang the banner, and they may as well have hung themselves in the process because they can't win a game since. They got destroyed last night as well. So very interesting evening all the way around the NBA, but I saw nothing from the what am I missing here, Lubie? Banchero, I understand he had a terrible game. He's averaging 20 a game. He scored 10.
I mean, Bam must have been, and Bryant's actually decent defensively. They must have been pestering him. I didn't get to watch any of it, but I kept track of it, and they were winning the entire game. I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is. What game is this?
Early on, it was back and forth till about, the point where it was, maybe in the mid-30s, 40s, it was like 35 all, 36 all. And then the Heat just busted it open, and that was it. It really was non-competitive. After that. So little evidence there that this Orlando team belongs. And let's face it, Orlando is a shithole of a city.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, what's the point of having a great basketball team there? It really doesn't make any difference unless you're working at Disney World or have some kind of obsession with cartoon mice. What is the point of living in Orlando? There's no water anywhere, Lubie.
My sister-in-law chose to move there. My sister-in-law is so enamored by Disney.
Really? I mean, for what reason?
She literally has a season pass, and I think she goes to Disney once every couple of weeks. I think she goes like literally regularly to Disney. Like,
is there something wrong with people? I mean, is there some way to treat that?
She doesn't have. I don't know. We make fun of her all the time. We think she's insane.
It's a small world after all.
We hate it. We went in the best way you could go.
Yeah.
They literally paid us to go.
Speed pass, yeah.
Gave us money per diem that was more than we could spend, even by Disney standards.
Yes.
And gave us not only the passes, but like super duper passes where we could cut any line, and we were miserable.
I think I went on one ride that day.
Miserable.
I don't think I spoke to the Mustang all the way home from Orlando, like 3 hours in the car and silent treatment.
Shirley and I have been on so many trips, and we get along so well on these trips. And it's the only trip I remember us fighting. Most of them we're like, fuck you. Fuck you.
You hate your own kids after going to Disney World. Hate them. You think about, putting them up for adoption after going to Disney World. My son actually takes his family there all the time, and they love it. Yeah, and they have a great time. This kid, I tell you, the patience of a saint.
You're
Jesse
such a
DeForest.
scary-
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and his wife. So it feels like she is sort of too. Like they sort of just get it. I don't.
I didn't get it, man. You know what? I was horrified when I was coming back from Disney World the first time. That was another thing. Like you light up my life, and of course, Lubie, what do you think happened yesterday? As I'm watching FanDuel TV, which used to be TVG, so I'm catching some races from Parks in Philadelphia, one of the few tracks that was running yesterday. I guess they had the usual dirtbag tracks, Parks, which would
The
be
weather up north is horrible.
Class B. Well, it's just the way the schedule is this week. A lot of tracks weren't doing much. And you have Gulfstream and Aqueduct are going like Thursday through Sunday right now.
Yeah.
They're only racing 4 days a week. You got a couple of other tracks that come in, I guess today, Oakland Park Fairgrounds. So the bigger tracks are running Thursday through Sunday schedules, it seems. And the other tracks, the B grade tracks, whatever, they tend to take advantage of the fact that they're not competing with the big tracks for the pool money, and there are enough degenerate sickos out there that will be betting Wolverhampton, for God's sake, at 3 a.m, or maybe Jugheads from Sweden, Andy. Jugheads from Sweden. Imagine this. There were like 20 horse fields. They don't even start from behind one of those cars. They just like randomly start. It's so fucked up. And you have no idea what's happening during the race. You have no idea what numbers are out front. And how do you bet a 20 horse harness field anyway, Lubie? How insane is that? I mean, Powerball, you have a better shot, I think, of hitting the Powerball number, which, what is it now? 30 drawings in a row? Nobody's hit the thing?
You keep
When do you start playing, Lubie? When do you start playing Powerball? Or do you ever?
I don't. My wife will grab a couple tickets when it gets to like.
Don't you at least have to have one fucking
It
ticket?
gets to hundreds of millions, which I guess it must be now. My wife will usually.
It's getting close to 600 mil, which is enough to get me out, Lubie. It's enough to get me out.
Any numbers enough to get me out. I just never. We usually don't even hit a number. Like, so it's just stupid to me. It's just putting money down a toilet. I could use all my money right now. So
Yeah.
I try to not give it away.
Well, I try not to give it away, but I've had an unfortunate penchant for being very charitable when it came to pari-mutuel endeavors and the slot machine. Not really slot so much, but all kinds of various casino games. And I'm not really a big sports bettor. I love following it. And, it would be nice to cash a ticket every now and then. I guess more and more people are getting involved. You got our man, Mike Mayo. What does he do? He texts us every night. Another one of his $5.17 parlays.
Yeah.
Which, what the hell?
Win 25.
Those are the guys, though, that every casino and every sports book covet, believe it or not. It's not the big whales that come in there betting 20 times a game like our friend Sheldon G. Those guys, yes. I mean, they're very happy to have them, I'm sure, because eventually they're going to lose probably to the juice, if nothing else. But for some reason, I mean, and this is what's being coveted. You think they have Kevin Hart out there to appeal to hardcore degenerate gamblers? I don't think so.
No.
We're laughing at that. He doesn't even use the right terminology, as the professor pointed out. But, I mean, they're trying to rope every, what? How old do you have to be to actually fake your way into being a legal age to gamble? 12-year-olds, are they doing it? Who's hitting these phone apps?
I don't know. I don't
All right, so let's say what? How old do you have to be to gamble? 21 or 18? What is it?
I thought it's 18. Don't you have to be 18? You have to be 21 to gamble?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm going to say 18.
I thought it was 18.
Okay, so every 18-year-old, that's who they're trying to recruit into the whole self-sabotaging activity of sports betting.
Yeah.
And what are they trying to induce them with? They're trying to reel them in with parlay bets, $5 and $10 parlay bets. They love these guys.
Yes, they do.
Love them.
Yep.
It's just like casinos. They don't want the guy that's bringing 100,000 to the craps table. They want the Mustang who's bringing a couple of sticks to the slot machine. It's incredible how you're appealing to the lowest common denominator of degenerate gambler. But nonetheless, I mean, it's working. Texas and California, the two big states that don't have legalized gambling. I was reading about the expansion of legalized gambling.
California is very progressive. Why do they give a shit about gambling?
It seems to boil down to some kind of dispute and litigation between Native American tribes and whatever the voters are looking for. I'm not sure.
Okay, so they're
what
trying
the
to
deal is. They have to somehow. I mean, if this is payback for Manhattan Island, to rip off their $24 for Manhattan, then I think the debt has been paid, because to control what's going on today and the amount of money that's involved there, probably, I mean, it made that look like a steal of a deal for the Native Americans there when they got the $24 worth of trinkets. For Manhattan, nah, that's not a great trade, right? That's Lou Brock for Ernie Brillo.
The problem
I
is it's not all the Native Americans. That's the thing is there's so much money in gambling. The Native Americans could feel better about themselves, but it's usually just really small groups who are very greedy and selfish. And the rest of the Native Americans actually have a very, very shitty life and are treated really like Native American population struggles mightily. It's like mush does really well. They don't spread the wealth at all. They're the same thing as the white man. Like they're just as selfish and greedy as
I mean, some are living this opulent lifestyle, and
most of them are
in Greece to the tune of what, a couple of $100,000 a year or whatever they get from these agreements, and then a lot of it. You go out and you see some Native American tribe, out there in New Mexico or whatever, and
they're not.
I mean, they're living in dust. It's crazy, right?
Yes.
Not taking care of their own. But anyway, there's some kind of legal dispute there between the tribes and the general public or whatever in California, and Texas just doesn't want it.
Well, Texas, I get it. Texas is worse than us in many respects. California's not. They usually are pro everything that will make them fucking money.
Yeah.
And they're usually smart about it.
So and they need it. I mean, they desperately need it. I'm curious to see what the results will be. There's been nothing published about that I've seen about how impactful sports wagering has been so far. Now that it's supposedly all the way around legalized here in the state of Florida, at least via the Seminole tribe. All right, we're going to get into the trivia challenge. You can dial us up if you want to play. 954-417-0070. There he is in Christmas green. And always in a Christmas-like spirit. There's nothing like, meeting and running into Dave Gurgly, especially as some guy is screaming for the chalk at the bar there at Nando's Bar and going, "Come on with that 5! Come on with that 5!" And Gurgles is behind him going, "Yeah, he's 3-5, you asshole." You asshole is implied. It's not really just in the level of disdain that's exhibited in your voice. How are you, Gurgles? You all right, kid?
Wonderful. I've been giving the guys at the races T-shirts for Christmas, and one would fit me perfectly. It says, "I like horses, beer, and maybe 3 people." So I
was going to name that boat that was always sinking in my backyard, Horses and Divorces. Because if it wasn't for those 2 things, I would have had the boat a lot sooner. Unfortunately, this one had it was very much like the boat they sailed over to Gilligan's Island there. It had a little hole in the bottom.
By the way, I have taken advantage of the Hard Rock mutual betting there. I went out a couple times and had some parlays. I had, I think last week was the first winner. I had a parlay, the Giants under and the Cowboys under when they played the Bills.
Very nice.
Got a 3-teamer this weekend. I've got the Saints and whoever they're playing.
Saints are playing tonight. They're playing the Rams.
I got that under of like 45. I've got Steelers and Bengals under, and then the Cardinals and whoever the Bears, I think, under. Just $20 should get me like 130, and if I lose $20, so what? No big deal.
All right. So you ventured out there, and how was the experience?
Yeah, well, the way it works out there is during the week, the mutual tellers are very friendly, and they're all real nice people, and they'll help you. But during the week, whatever you want to bet. On a weekend, it goes to $100 minimum with the tellers. You can go to the kiosk and bet anything you want.
All right, cool. All right, we'll come back with the trivia challenge. Dial us up if you want to play. Lenny in a hospital stay. I saw a picture of Lenny. How's he doing?
Yes, I've been in touch with him. He was a little short of breath, but it looks like he's on the line, ready to go.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. And he's still like in room 107 there at Memorial West? I'm not sure.
I don't know. He may be, Andy may have subletted his old one.
Yeah, I mean, Andy has a timeshare at that place, where he goes in Palm Beach. All right, we're coming back with the trivia challenge, 954-417-0070. Dave Gurgles Gurgly going to be the master of ceremonies, and we'll be back with that in a moment. Now that. The time. In style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine food served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style, and you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette, in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in Plantation, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers, Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Are you looking to buy your first home? Have you been turned down for a loan? Do you need to refinance or get money out of your home? Call Michael Kodsey, CEO of Choice Mortgage. He's been helping the South Florida community get mortgages for 30 years.
Hi, this is Michael Kodsey, CEO of Choice Mortgage. We have the most competitive fixed rates in the market. Call me 24/7, 561-441-2730. And remember, I don't just work banking hours. To make the right choice for your home, call Choice Mortgage today.
Oh, Solo Volante will be coming late. Oh, Solo Volante, the Belmont's now a mile and an 8. The finish line is coming up quick. Luca Panici, just switch the stick.
The only way to get your morning started is with Defo, joined by Lubie, right here on the Defo Show.
All right, welcome back to the show. Getting the game started here. The Trivia Challenge on the Defo Show. We got Mike Luie Lubitz at the controls. He'll take your calls at 954-417-0070. I'm Jeff DeForest. That, of course, the handsome gentleman at the bottom of the screen. That is one Dave Gurgley coming to you live from Miami Lakes. That's probably the most distinctive voice there, that lead in with the Polyman and his Solo Volante tribute. Most distinctive voice in all of Miami radio history. You can talk about all the greats that have been on. You had, several tremendous careers launched here, Larry King being one. Neil Rogers, of course, was brilliant. You had many great sports voices on the air over the years. Rick Weaver, hey, Roppy Cocktum. He was, he was a unique stylist. And, we had Eric Reed on the radio. I mean, a lot of good voices, but nothing as distinct as the Polyman. Would you agree?
I would agree. Or how about the little winemaker, Henry Barrow?
Henry Barrow, man. I used to love his role as the color analyst.
Yes.
And he was down on the sidelines doing a radio broadcast. Rick Weaver, of course, was the play-by-play guy. Hank was the color analyst. That was an O-cut, Rick. That was an O-cut. And they would go down. They'd throw it down to the field. You would see Zonka go limping off there, and they throw it down to the field and go, and down on the sideline there with an update on Larry Zonka's condition, here's Henry Barrow. And he would say, looks like an ankle, Rick. Okay, Henry, thanks. What the fuck? Very nice gentleman, though. Very distinguished gentleman. I got to work with him for many years. All right, let's get into the game, Gerg. So what do you say? We started out, we mentioned a Polyman, a little bit of tradition with the Polyman was to start the game with some
easy baseball. This former major leaguer, on adjusting to playing professionally in Japan, said, it was really strange. The only English words I saw were Sony and Mitsubishi. Bill Gullickson, Keith Erickson, Eric the Red, or Red Berenson?
We're rolling a random phone scrambler. And how recent was that photo, Lenny the Chronic, of you in the hospital bed? Are you still there?
Yeah, that was me yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Now are you out?
How you feeling, right?
Nah, feeling a little better. Probably be out now, hopefully in a day or two.
Oh, okay.
Had some fluid on the lungs, some bad oxygen.
That's not good. I mean, do you have to get bailed out of a hospital? I think you need to make bail to get out of there. It's almost impossible. All right, you have 1 point, Lenny, and we wish you all the best. And obviously, not a great place to be for the holidays. So hopefully things go well, and you're out there kicking field goals again for the Dolphins by Sunday. All right, you have 1 point.
Football, Lenny, true or false? Believe it or not, Mark Wilson, a former FSU wide receiver, now the owner of a construction company in Orlando, lost a potential $5,000 winning bet through FanDuel when prior to the start of college season, on a $20 wager, he picked the Final Four of Michigan, Alabama, Washington, and FSU. Not
Texas. Wow.
True or false?
Sounds good. Let's do it. True.
No, I
made that up.
No. Yeah,
that sounded great, Kirkles.
I'm fucking right.
Yeah,
every time.
All right, one going for 4.
All right, Lenny, we got
All right.
Christmas. We got Christmas coming up, and for Christmas, I hope you're home for the holidays and feeling a lot better. But here's a Christmas question for you: who was the first team in the NFL ever shut out on Christmas Day? Was that the Vikings, the Oilers, the Titans, or the Cowboys?
Let's go with the Cowboys.
You haven't
Cowboys.
lost it, my friend.
Wow.
Yep. In the year
Nice job.
2000, Tennessee beat them 31-0.
Let's hope something similar happens on Sunday against
That's
the Miami
why I put it in
Dolphins.
there.
Let's put
Yeah.
the Cowboys out of their misery.
Sticking with Christmas, which of the following athletes was
Not.
not born on Christmas Day?
That's a good one.
Stu Barnes, Ricky Henderson, Larry Zonka, or Don Nelson?
Wow.
Let's go with Larry Zonka.
No, he was born on Christmas Day. It's our marijuana growing friend out in Hawaii, Don Nelson.
Don Nelson.
Good try. In the
Wow.
finals, Chronic Man. Hang on. Better man.
Good. You tell a guy that's in the hospital to hang on.
Keep
How sure
us posted, Lenny. Still
we're
well.
sure he's going to be there in the end. He's the most, outrageous, solid medical care you could get. All right, 954-417-0070, 954-417-0070. If you'd like to play the game, the trivia challenge with Dave Gurgly at Perdomo Cigars, Dave. I would imagine. I don't know. How many boxes did you buy to give out as gifts?
It's not too late, folks. This is the week to go. You're not sure what to get that person in your life that loves cigars? Get them the best. Perdomo Cigars. You can buy a box. You can buy a humidor. You can buy just a gift pack of 5 different varieties. Me personally, that's me with a lot 23 on Maldives, and 305-627, the number 6700, the number to call. Easy to go to, though. 5150 Northwest 167th Street on the south side of the Palmetto, just a little bit east of Home Depot when you're heading from north to south to west to east, make that, and go there. To open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Go in there, say hello to Nick, say hello to Nubia, the new receptionist. She'll help you. It's a 3rd generation of making cigars perfect one at a time. If there's a cigar smoker in your family, this is the perfect gift. Whether it's a gift card at Perdomo, a box, a variety pack, even a lighter, a humidor, whatever it is, go to Perdomo Cigars. 305-627-6700, the number to call. And tonight, when I hope the game goes under between the Saints and who they playing again?
Rams. A high-scoring unit, my friend.
Who score a lot. Put something great in your mouth with a cigar from Perdomo Cigars.
Over/under on the ball game is 46. 46.
Good.
That could have been yesterday's
final.
number. Yeah, this is yesterday's news here. But I would imagine it's somewhere right around there. 46 points. All right. So what do you need? You need 24-20, and you're in business.
That's fine.
That could happen.
It's doable.
Well, you're on a roll anyway, Gurgles. I mean, what was this? Didn't you have like a straight flush and let it ride, or? You were telling me that story?
Well, I had a 3-card straight flush.
3-card straight flush is a thing of beauty.
8, 9, 10 of diamonds, but then the dealer put up 2 more diamonds, so I also got the 5-card
wow.
for that. So, but
beautiful.
You know,
nothing like it.
It's a tough game. I saw a guy playing $25 in the back and $75 in a 3-card bonus lose probably $2,000 in less than 45 minutes. So
that's the beauty of gambling. Yeah. Is watching somebody else do that while you're winning.
Yeah.
Hey, that's too bad, Jack. I mean, you were 1 card away from fame there.
Although I did go there the other day, and I walked in, and I liked the first seat. And there was only one other guy. He's in the second seat.
Yeah.
And he goes, "It's going to be a little while." I said, "Why?" He goes, "I just hit 4 threes." I'm thinking, if I had been there 10 minutes earlier, they'd have been mine. But he deserved it.
Yeah. What the hell? Was he going to stick around and play, or that was it?
Yeah, but they have to process and do everything when they have 4 of a kind. They shut the table down.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah. I like that. Isn't that a good feeling when you're the guy that's waiting for the Capitol?
Yeah, instead of the guy next to me.
It's me. Don't worry. They're coming with my money, and then I'll be making my exit. All right, here we go. Next set of questions. Dave Gurgly. Hey, the Gurgles man froze on that story. Unbelievable.
At least that's a better angle than last time. Last time this is open.
We'll fire up a couple of spots, and we'll come back with Dave Gurgly in a moment. Now that.
The time.
It's 8:38.
Segreto here. Let me ask you a question. What do you look for when you go out to eat? Good food, obviously. Friendly atmosphere, not too loud, but good energy, reasonable prices, and a place where you feel comfortable. All those ingredients, no pun meant there, are hard to find unless you're talking about the Texas Roadhouse. You see, they encompass all of those attributes. Really, really good food, amazing atmosphere, good for a family, good for a date, or just a night out for yourself, and prices that will make you extremely happy. Their ribs unmatched, steaks hand cut every day. Everything, and I mean everything, is made on site, including their incredible bread. It's the one day, folks, that you can forget about low-carb diets. Trust me when I tell you, Texas Roadhouse, your restaurant, your destination when you say, where should we go and eat tonight?
From the newly renovated sports bar to the beautiful bayside views captured at the Tiki Bar, Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill has it all. Located at mile marker 104, the Big Chill also offers waterfront dining while experiencing breathtaking sunset views of the Florida Keys. It's simply the hottest spot in the Keys to cool off. That's Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill at mile marker 104 in Key Largo. For more information, call today at 305-453-9066.
We hand the ball to one Dave Gurgles Gurgle.
'Twas the Thursday before Christmas, just a little before 8. No longer on radio, but this YouTube thing could be great. We're live with Lubie and Defo and their Hanukkah menorah, and me at the golf course with people yelling, Bora! While callers line up to use the phone line, just one, alas, the Hialeah Trivia Challenge still is great fun. The questions are all asked with great glee by Gurgles, the evil seed, who hope no one scores a total more than 3. With hopes that the show will draw folks from near and far, one thing is for sure, you certainly can't beat a Perdomo cigar. All the best to Leslie Visser from BC and the Duke who went to Harvard or Yale. We're proud to know 2 folks who we can call if we need bail. The guys each give their ideal gifts just for fun. For Defo, it's Luca Panici in a back wheel at 50-1. To Lubie, who works hard every single day, another trip with his wife Shirley to Hawaii so he can get a lay. Now it's time to end this tale and get on to the show. So let's hear from the red-suited man with his constant ho-ho-ho. On Ron, on Andy, on Pat, Mike, and Lenny the Chronic, whose many certificates make Alex Dufresne switch from coffee to doubles of gin and tonic. Merry Christmas from Defo, Lubie, and Gurgles to all of you all. And for the new year, Paulie Ban, our favorite, how about a little easy baseball?
That's brilliant, man.
That was amazing. Good job.
That might have been your best one.
That was good.
I know there have been others that we
I
said the
love
same
that.
thing, because at
That
the
was so
time, right,
great.
you're only as good as your last film. But that was tremendous, Gurgles.
The best way to kick off your day is with Defo plus Lubie. We now return to the Defo Show.
Who the fuck cares about Robert Frost, man? Dave Gurgles Gurgly. All right, we got Gurgles back, and he's moving around, so that's good. Stick and move. And we want to continue the game here. We'll try and get a couple more in before we have to go to the final. So let's get right back to it. Dave Gurgles Gurgly, the Trivia Challenge, our next set of questions.
Hoops. This college coach, after his center garnered only 1 rebound in a losing cause, said, "Great work, son. You out-rebounded a dead man by 1. Was that our old buddy Abe Lemon, Abe Vigoda, Abe Saperstein, or Beth Bernstein?
Lubie with the random phone scrambler, and this one lands on Ron. Ron, you're on the Trivia Challenge. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, fellas. Let's go with A. And Gurgles. That was a fantastic poem. You should
That was
consider putting that into
Last year, didn't have time for one this year.
Good
All
morning.
right,
Good morning.
golf, Ron, true or false? Jim Backus, best known as the voice of Mr. Magoo and as Thurston Howell III on Gilligan's Island, once made the 36-hole Pro-Am cut at the Bing Crosby Pro-Am golf tournament in California. True or false?
Let's go true.
It is true.
Wow,
It
Jim
is true.
Backus
I think he's the only amateur ever to do it.
made the cut. Unbelievable. All right, you have 2, Ron, going for 5.
All right, Ron, NFL, in 2009, this team became the first team ever to win 5 games in a row after trailing beginning the 4th quarter. Was that the Miami Dolphins, the Indianapolis Colts, the San Francisco 49ers, or the Cincinnati Bengals?
Oh, boy. Let's go
Bengals.
No, it was the Indianapolis Colts, believe it or not.
There you go. I was going to take a shot with that. A blind guess. and would have come away a winner. But Ron, you still have a shot to make it into the finals if you get this 5-pointer correct.
All right, back to Christmas. One of my favorite players of all time. On Christmas Day in 1961, Wilt Chamberlain scored 59 points and had 36 rebounds for the Warriors. But his team lost in double overtime to the Knicks, the Celtics, the Royals, or the Bulls.
Let's go Knicks.
Knicks.
Yes.
Yes.
Bonus point if you can tell me who the high scorer was for the Knicks.
Bradley.
Bill Bradley.
61? A little early.
61, yeah. He was like
Richie
4 years
Guerin
old.
with 40 points.
Richie Guerin. Wow. Left-hander, right? Wasn't Guerin a lefty?
In the finals, hang
I don't know
around.
if he was. He was a player coach later on in Atlanta. But
Richie
all right.
Guerin. All right, very good. So Ron has 7. The Chronic is waiting and standing by in a hospital bed with 4 points. And we'll see if somebody can put him on ice at 954-417.
Don't say that.
417-0070. My friend was in a hospital, taking care of his wife, and I was visiting with him. And they were wheeling her into surgery, and it turned out that they were taking her into the wrong surgical procedure.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he just happened to notice that they were wheeling her like into some transplant, part of the hospital.
Wow.
They almost put a heart of a baboon in her chest as she was trying to get like a bunion scraped on her for a toe.
Wow.
Yeah, so you got to be careful there in those hospitals. You just never know what's going to happen. They all switcheroo. All right, here we go. Next set of questions. Dave Gurgly.
Yeah, this is a highly trivia park challenge flashback. Hockey. This player's response after the New York Rangers fans threw mugs on the ice on Mugs giveaway night said, wow, I'm just glad it wasn't machete night. Bob Frost, Bob Fosse, Roy Fosse, or Roy Foster?
Remember when the Yankees fucked up the original bat day and gave the bats out before the game? Oh, my God. Talk about pandemonium. All right, Pat, our good friend Pat, you're on the trivia challenge. Good morning, sir.
Happy holidays, guys. Hey.
Same to you, Pat.
Mr. Pat.
Hey is correct.
All right. True or false, Pat? You should know this one. Bowling. Celebrity Bowling, which aired from 1971 through 1977, featured 2 pairs of celebrities squaring off. The lowest score for a game featured this duo that appeared together in It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Buddy Hackett and Mickey Rooney scored just a 67.
Jesus.
True or false?
That sounds so far-fetched. I'll say true.
True.
No,
made it up.
It was Charles Nelson Riley and Robert Clary who played the bow on Hogan's Heroes that had a 67.
Combined 67?
Yeah.
Combined 67. Did they take the things out of the gutter after the match was over? My God. All right, going for 4 points here, Pat.
All right, another Christmas Day question for you, Pat. On Christmas Day in 1994, the Miami Dolphins scored 3 touchdowns, giving Coach Shula his then record 319th regular season win over the Detroit Lions. Who was that player? Was it Lamar Miller, Bernie Parmalee, Mark Clayton, or Mark Duper?
Parmalee.
Yes.
Yes.
Well done.
Lamar Miller didn't play for Don Shula, and the other 2 were long gone by the time he got to that point. Good job. Good job.
Good job, Pat, sniffing that out.
You're not in the game. You're just taking the calls.
No, but Pat nailed it. Good job, Pat.
Hey,
I was actually
puts him in a dead heat with Lenny, right? And a chance to take the lead out right.
Here.
All right, here we go.
Guaranteed spot in the finals.
Another Christmas Day question for you, Pat. On Christmas Day in 2010, LeBron James, was he with the Heat at that time, Lubie? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then of the Miami Heat became only the 4th player to record a triple-double on Christmas Day when the Heat beat the Lakers. Which of the following was not one of those to record a triple-double on Christmas Day? Elgin Baylor, Billy Cunningham, John Havlicek, or Oscar Robertson?
Oh, God.
Oscar Robertson.
No, he recorded an average one. It was one of the great from Seattle, Elgin Baylor.
Really?
Yep.
Often
you're going to be in the finals.
often the punchline of our many jokes about the NBA draft lottery
You're in
show.
the finals. Hang on.
All right, so what? We're going to square off Pat and Ron. That's why it's going to work. Gargles, while we put that together, give us a quick word again about Perdomo Cigars.
Yeah, you're looking for the perfect Christmas gift. Go to Perdomo Cigars, 5150 Northwest 167th Street. See Nubia, say hello to Nick, walk in that humidor, and if you need help, she'll help you. They make them perfect one at a time. Whether it's a Maduro wrapper, a Connecticut wrapper, whether it is a punch or a Churchill, whatever size you like, they've got them made, and they make them perfect one at a time at Perdomo Cigars. 305-627-6700, the number to call. Go visit them in person. It's a great place to go. Factory direct to you. And they are the #1 Cuban seed tobacco grown in Nicaragua. And you want a humidor, you want a lighter, whatever you need, Perdomo Cigars, call them, 305-627-6700 for you last-minute shoppers on Saturday. Just go to any cigars near you and tell them, Nurse Ratchet, I want my Perdomo cigars.
I want my
this
cigars.
holiday season, we wish you all a very merry Perdomo cigar holiday.
I want my cigarettes. That was great, man.
Yep.
One of the great scenes in any movie. All right, we're ready for the finals here. We have Ron and Pat. Lenny, who I hope they don't charge for like hospital phone time like they do when you're in a hotel somewhere. And you get the bill at the end there, and it's like $400 worth of telephone calls. You're saying, what the fuck? But anyway, sorry, Lenny did not make the cut there on the random phone scrambler.
I didn't even run it. I love Ron.
All right, so we fudged our way out of it. Yeah.
They have lots. They can win. We love them, but yeah, they're not ever winning a
Gargles is going to fire off a question. Call out your name if you want to answer right away. Nobody gives an answer right away. We'll offer multiple choice. First person to call out his name gets first choice. We go back and forth till we have a winner for the championship. This week's edition of the Trivia Challenge on the Defo Show with Mike Luie Lubitz. Here's Dave Gargles Gerkley.
Good luck, guys, and happy holidays to everyone out there. Football. On this date in history, in 1969, legendary coach Vince Lombardi, then of the Redskins, lost his final game as a coach to
Ooh. Anybody? Here's multiple choice.
the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Lions, or the Giants.
Pat.
Pat?
What Pat?
Who was it?
The Eagles.
Eagles.
No.
Incorrect.
Wow.
3 left for Ron.
Ron, was it the Cowboys, the Lions, or the Giants?
Go Cowboys.
Cowboys.
20 to 10.
Yes. Wow.
Yes, he lost to the Cowboys.
All right, congratulations, Ron. You're our champion, and thanks so much for joining us, everybody, here for the Trivia Challenge. We are going to have a couple of days off here, Lubie and I. Yeah, so we're going to be back with everybody on Wednesday morning with the Defo Show, next edition. Gergles, what do you have planned? Anything special? You're going to be out at the track there tomorrow by any chance?
I may make an appearance tomorrow because I got to work a little bit Saturday morning. And right now I'm looking out my window and the pro shop, the old pro shop restaurant, everything is being torn down.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, we're getting ready for a brand new pro shop, and they're up there with a big destruction going on right here now, but the golf course is fine. So come on by the golf course and you can buy a Perdomo cigar right here. But to you and Mike, a safe and happy holidays and all the best in the new year. And
same to you, Gergles. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, no, things are happening, man. We're moving forward here. 2024 is going to be our year. I said that every year since 1981. I've said that. All right. We will see you guys again with this program on Wednesday. Yeah, we'll have our Tony Bruno radio show coming up at 10 o'clock today on the Tony Bruno Sports Network. You can download the app and catch us there between 10 and 12. Our no filter thing on Caffeine TV seems to be working well. So that is called the Morning Briefing. You can Google that and check that out on nofilter.net. And we will see you guys with this show again. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend and holiday. And we will see you again right after Christmas as we leave you know that.
The time.
It's 8:53.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Look what they done to my